Hi boys and girls, today we're going to go over Unit 7, Module 1, Session 2, More Array Work. It says, fill in the blanks on each array, then write two equations, one multiplication and one division to match the array. So we see right here, 24 is one of the known dimensions, and I see 240 on the inside. I know that 10 times 24 is 240. So in that first blank, I'm going to write 10. In the second blank, I see that there is 24, again, is the known dimension, 120. I know that 120 is half of 240, therefore my missing dimension here will be 5, since 5 is half of 10. So my two equations I can write, I know that 15 times 24 equals 360. And then I know that 360 divided by 24 equals 15. How did I get 360? I added up 240 plus 120 equals 360. And also I can see that the inverse of multiplication is division, right? What is the inverse of addition? That's correct, subtraction. And therefore the inverse of multiplication is division. The inverse of division is multiplication. That's why we can use both multiplication and division when looking at this array. Let's go to number 2. I see that one of the known dimensions is 12. 12 times 20, I can think 12 doubled, which is 24. And now I'm going to multiply by 10. So my blank right here will be 240. And if I add up 240 plus 72, that's going to get me 312 as my sum for my array. And my missing dimension here, I think 12 times what equals 72? And the answer would be 6. So my multiplication and division equations, I'm going to fill in. I'm going to say 26 times 12, and again I got 26 by looking at 20 plus 6 is 26. 26 times 12 is 312. I'm going to take that 312, I'm going to divide it by 12, and my answer is 26. You can also think or write down in your blanks 12 times 26 equals 312. That would also be correct. And also would be correct is 312 divided by 26 equals 312. So it doesn't matter with multiplication, the order of the factors. Either order works. And then here it doesn't matter if you have, oh, I see I made an error. Thank you for seeing my error there. 312 divided by 26 equals 12, not 312. Okay, let's move on to problem number 3. Again, more work with arrays. 1 times 3/4. Anything times 1 is itself, so that answer is going to be 3/4. And then 3/4 times 3/4 is 9/16. And so then I'm going to add up 3/4 plus 9/16. And that is 21/16, because I know that 3/4 changed into 16ths with a common denominator would be, this is what I'm kind of thinking in my head, 3/4 times 4 over 4, which is 1, to make it into a common denominator of 9/16, would be 12/16. So 12/16 plus my 9/16 equals 21/16. And this is an improper fraction, so I'm going to change it to a mixed number, which would be 1 and 5/16. So therefore, I can say 3/4 times 1 and 3/4 equals 1 and 5/16. It would also be correct if you wrote down 21/16. And then 1 and 5/16 divided by 3/4 equals 1 and 3/4. So again, it's okay if you put right here 1 and 3/4, and then you put 3/4 here, It doesn't matter the order here. You can put 1 3/4 on this side and then 3/4, and that equals 1 5/16. The order there doesn't necessarily matter. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, I'm not sure why that is traveling with us, but that's okay. Number 4, we see that 8 times what equals 24? Well, I know 8 times 3 is 24. I see there's an additional 0 there. So what number comes here in the blank? And that is 30. And then 8 times 25. I can think of quarters. I know that 8 quarters is $2. So this blank right here must be 200. If I add up 240 plus 200, that's 440. Well, I'm not sure what that is. Let's try that again. 440. And then if I add up 30 plus 25 up here at the top of my known dimensions, that's 55. Therefore, 8 times 55 equals 440. And 440 divided by 55 equals 8. Again, you can say 55 times 8 equals 440. And you can also say that 440 divided by 8 equals 55. Looking at number 5, I'm going to evaluate each expression. 12 times 4 times 1/4. So the trick here with these is you're thinking about the order that you're going to work on this. I am going to do 4 times 1/4 because I know that's 1 whole. 4 times 1/4 makes 1 whole, and therefore 1 whole times 12 is 12. That's correct. Looking at B, 48 times 6 times 1/3. I'm going to think, what is 6 times 1/3? That is 2. And so I'm going to just double 48. I can also think, what is 1/3 of 48? So 48 divided by 3 would be 16. And I can think 16 times 6 is 96. So either way to think about that, my answer is 96. Looking at C, 3/5 times 4 times 5. I know that 4 times 5 is 20. And so I can think 20 times 3 is 60. And 60 divided by 5 would be 12. I'm sure there are lots of other ways you can think of this expression or this equation here. So if you have a different way to think of it, that way works as well. D, we have 16 times 3/4 times 1. Well, I know anything times 1 is itself. I'm going to say that 16 divided by 4 is 4, times 3 is 12. So 12 is your answer here. And for E, 1/2 times 6 times 2/3. Well, I know that half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 2/3 is 6/3, and 6/3 is the same as 2 wholes. Let's now come down to number 6. Ben drove 4/7 of the way to his friend's house before he stopped to eat lunch. If the distance to his friend's house was a total of 427 miles, how far did Ben drive before he stopped for lunch? Show your work. So I'm going to say 4/7 of 427. So again, that's going to be 4/7 of 427. And I know whenever I have the word I see the word of, or I hear the word of, that's pointing me to multiplication. So here I'm going to take 427 divided by 7. So I can use a ratio table for this. 1 group of 7, 100 groups of 7, let's go, that's 700. 50 groups of 7 would be half of 700, which is 350. And let's then go with 20 groups of 7, which would be 140. 5. Groups of 7 is half of 10. I never did 10. Let's go with 10 first. 10 times 7 is 70. Half of that is 35. I'm trying to get to 427. So I know that 50 groups plus 10 groups would be 60 groups, and 60 groups would be 350 plus 70. That's going to be 420. And how many more do I need to get to 427? That's right, just one more group. And so here I know that 1/7 of 427 is 61. But now I have 4/7. And so I'm going to take 61 times 4. And this equals 244. So my answer would be 244 miles is 4/7 of the way of 427 miles. Number 7, Sage hiked 12.5 miles one day on a vacation. Her younger brother Chase hiked 3/1/4 as far as Sage. How far did Chase hike? So again, I'm going to show 1/4 of 12.5. And so that is multiplication. So 1/4 times 12.5. And here I may turn to an array, and I may show 12.5 and 1/4 here on the side. I know 1/4 of 12 is the same as 12 divided by 4, which is 3, and 1/2 times 1/4 is 1/8. Add those two together in my array here. 3 and 1/8 together is 3 and 1/8. Therefore, Chase hiked 3 and 1/8 miles. Don't forget your unit there. 3 and 1/8 miles. Let's turn here to the challenge. Randy drank 3/4 of a 250 milliliter container of juice for breakfast. 3 and 5/6, 150 milliliter water bottles throughout the day, and 7/8 of a 400 milliliter smoothie for dinner. Write an expression to show how much liquid Randy drank in all. So Randy drank 3/4 of a 250 milliliter container of juice. So 3/4 times 250. 3 and 5/6 times 150 milliliters plus 7/8 of a 400 milliliter smoothie for dinner. That's expression. Remember that when we see the word expression, I don't need to yet write the answer. I'm just writing what I'm going to be solving. Everything to the left of the equal sign. And then part B says, how many milliliters did Randy drink in all? Now I'm going to solve it. So first I'm going to solve 3/4 of 250. So 3/4 of 250. I'm going to think 250 divided by 4 multiplied by 3. So 250 divided by 4. Well, I know that 200 divided by 4 is 50, and 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. And so I'm going to take 50 plus 12.5 is 62.5. 62.5 times 3. That's what I'm thinking right now in my head. 62.5 times 3. Standard multiplication algorithm here. 6 plus 1 is 7. 6 times 3 is 18. So, and that was a 1/2 right there. It's 187.5 is this first amount he drank. 187.5 milliliters. Next, I'm going to solve 3 and 5/6 times 150. Here I might turn to my array. Let's go to a different pen color to show this. I'm going to have 3 and 5/6 times 150. So 150 times 3 would be 450. And then 5/6 of 150. So I'm thinking 150 divided by 6 times 5. Or I can think 150 times 5 divided by 6. And 150 divided by 6 is 25. And 25 times 5 is 125. So 125. Add these two partial products up. 450 plus 125 is 575. So that's my next amount of milliliters he drank, 575 or 575 milliliters. And lastly, 7/8 times 400. So I'm thinking 400 divided by 8, which I know 40 divided by 8 is 5. And so it's 50, right? 50 times 8 is 400. Yes, that's correct. And so 50 times 7 is 350. And so 350 milliliters. Add these three amounts up. For myself, it's easiest to write them vertically. When I'm adding these numbers, it's difficult for me to add with them written horizontally. So I see there's 1/2. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. I have 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 5 is 21. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I show 1,112.5 milliliters he drank in all. And then my last question is asking me how many liters is this? And so I know to solve how many liters this is, I'm going to divide by 1,000 because there's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And so when I divide this amount by 1,000, I move the decimal point over 1, 2, 3 places. And therefore my answer is 1 and 1,125 10,000ths liters he drank in 1 day, or in all. Is that right? He drank all that in 1 day. It's actually not really that much, because I would say I, in a given day, have been known to drink 2 liters of water, especially on hot days. Okay, and that's all for today.